Hey everyone, this is Paul Gale from paulgalenetwork.com, and Nintendo just dropped something on YouTube called Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity, a story 100 years before The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. We're going to watch this. It's a 6-minute, 1 second long clip on Nintendo's official YouTube channel, and I cannot wait. I threw on my Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild shirt, so I'm pumped. Let's do this. And we just got Mario news, and now this? Okay, Koei Tecmo games.
Hello everyone, I'm Eiji Aonuma, the producer of the Legend of Zelda series. We mentioned in the June 2019 Nintendo Direct presentation that we had started development on a sequel to the Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild.
Yes.
Many people around the world are still playing Breath of the Wild, so I'd like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Everyone, thank you so much. Regarding the sequel, in order to make the vast world you enjoyed exploring in the original game even more impressive, the team is working hard on its development, so you'll have to wait a bit longer before we can provide more updates.
Okay.
In the meantime, we've prepared a different way for you to experience the world of Hyrule, and we have a video to introduce it. Please take a look.
No way, dude.
The history of the royal family of Hyrule is also the history of Calamity Gale, a primal evil that has endured over the ages.
I think you are now ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Dude. We're gonna get a trilogy. Oh my gosh. Oh, this looks good. Like, I know this is cinematic trailer, but oh man. Some gameplay footage or of gameplay reminiscence. This looks significantly better than Hyrule Warriors. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. We're getting Mipha, Urbosa, Daruk, Rivali, Link, Zelda. Oh my gosh. It looks cinematic as heck. It looks story driven. They're still doing the Breath of the Wild sequel, but they're teaming up with Koei Tecmo for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity for a prequel. Oh,
What you just saw is the game that Koei Tecmo Games is developing. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. This game takes place 100 years before the events of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. In that game, the great calamity that occurred 100 years prior was mentioned, but the actual event itself wasn't shown in full. In this game, you'll be able to experience the events of the great calamity. So now, I would like to invite Koei Tecmo Games producer, Mr. Hayashi, to join me here.
breathtaking.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yosuke Hayashi from Koei Tecmo Games and the producer of this game. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity began when Mr. Aonuma approached us saying, I think it would be interesting to create a Warriors game telling the story of the Great Calamity. What do you think? The battles
Look
between
at that.
the Kingdom of Hyrule and Calamity Ganon would complement
Look at that.
Warriors-style gameplay against large armies. The previous Hyrule Warriors game
See,
was
that's a
filled with
big difference in visual fidelity.
The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild broke these conventions entirely. Perhaps it's the same for everyone here, but for someone like me, who's been playing Zelda games for a long time,
Masterpiece of the
it's an
game.
extraordinary experience. It's a new, special title for me. Unlike the previous Hyrule Warriors games, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity was developed by working closely with the
Nice.
Zelda team in every step of the process.
That's awesome to hear.
Including gameplay direction, graphics, world, and all dialogue. And while we maintained the distinct gameplay style of the Warriors series,
Looks gorgeous.
exciting 1 versus 1,000 battles, and a wide variety of playable characters, this became the only game that will let you experience the world 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild firsthand.
Thank you, Mr. Hayashi. During the development of the previous Hyrule Warriors games, I was impressed with how the Warriors development team, led by Mr. Hayashi, had a deep understanding of the Legend of Zelda series. This time around, they made it possible to create this new experience by combining the well-detailed world of Breath of the Wild with Warriors gameplay. Therefore, I believe this game will offer the experience of the great Calamity battles that weren't fully shown in the original game. I hope that both those who played the previous Hyrule Warriors games and those who played The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild can experience this game. Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity will launch on November 20th.
What? Oh, dang! This year!
Support for The Legend of Zelda and this game.
That's special. November 20th is my son's birthday. Wow. November 20th, 2020, my son Bryson will turn 6 years old. So getting to experience something like this with him and my daughter Brooke, whose middle name is Zelda, by the way. Oh man, getting to experience that together this holiday season for his 6th birthday. They're such big Zelda fans. We've been playing The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild all throughout summer, throughout quarantine, even in the last 3 years, really just picking it up here and there, but really going on Korok missions and just exploring it. And, you know, he's going to be 6 in November. She's 3.5. She'll be 4 next March, but this is something special for us. This is going to be awesome. They've also played Hyrule Warriors with me. My wife and I played it too. We love it way back on Wii U, but this is fantastic. This is amazing. That means we're going to get The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. We're going to get a prequel, essentially, with Age of Calamity via Hyrule Warriors. Thanks a lot, Koei Tecmo. And we're going to get the eventual Breath of the Wild sequel. This is phenomenal. It looks really good. Nice visuals, nice music. It's great to hear that they're working with the Zelda team on it. We have Mr. Eiji Aonuma, who I've met many times over the years. Really awesome person, great person to speak with on video games, even in short sequences. Whenever we meet at E3, whether it's for a couple of minutes or we actually get a chance to chat for a bit longer, he's always polite. He's always willing to talk to fans and whatnot, so I'm always grateful. Seeing him tied to this video just gives me a greater sense that this is going to be something special, because if the Zelda team is working with Koei Tecmo in terms of story and characters, like I said, visuals, and just overall tightening up the experience, we're going to get something that's of a Zelda quality, Zelda caliber game. You know, Hyrule Warriors was a fun game, really good, but you could definitely see the difference in overall quality of an experience that a Nintendo Zelda game has over something like a mass 1000 on one brawling type title. But this, I think we're going to get great explosive combat, seemingly from the trailer, Zelda lore. Official too, because Hyrule Warriors wasn't an official part of Zelda lore. They didn't make it a game where, yeah, it brought together all of these different links from different timelines and all these different characters from the Twilight Realm and from Skyward Sword and all of that stuff. Whereas this is actually being treated as a prequel that holds more weight to it. Wow, I'm blown away. I am stoked. I'm definitely going to have to include a piece of this in my video game and news with Gale Network segment that will come later today. It is September 8th, 2020, but this deserved its own reaction video. I'm also going to have an extended video game talk session with this title because there's a lot more that I want to expand. I want to watch the trailer again, break it down and stuff. So thank you, Nintendo. Thank you, Koei Tecmo. This is Gale Network signing out. Let me know what you think. This is beautiful. We're getting a trilogy of Breath of the Wild. And actually, a prequel is exactly what I wanted because before I go real quick, this is really information for a later video, but as we've been playing through Breath of the Wild this last summer, this year pretty much of 2020, it's felt like one long summer, we keep seeing these old videos of Link reminiscing, well, we're reminiscing of Link's story with Zelda and Daruk, Mipha, Urbosa, Rivali from 100 years ago. And I'm like, dang, I could so go for an animated cartoon series of Breath of the Wild, before the Calamity, or, when the Calamity strikes. Give me an animated series, something like Castlevania on Netflix, but with Zelda. And here we're getting it in game form, which looks terrific. So, major props today. Okay, now that's it. PGN signing out. I'll see you all soon for video game news and more Nintendo coverage and everything else. Okay, bye.